New this afternoon, interim Phoenix Police Chief Michael Sullivan opens up about the Department of Justice investigation into Phoenix Police that has already lasted 2 years now.
Team 12's Colleen Sikora spoke one-on-one a few hours ago with the chief. And Colleen, when should we expect this investigation to wrap up?
You know, the DOJ did not give us a timeline when we asked for an update, just saying that they're still investigating. But we did ask Chief Sullivan what he expects will come next. 2 years in,
we've provided an incredible amount of information.
Phoenix providing 80,000 documents, 20,000 videos, 200 hours of ride-alongs, 100 interviews, all as the Department of Justice looks into Phoenix Police's use of force, retaliatory activity against protesters, and officers' treatment of the homeless population, among other issues.
What kind of findings are you expecting from the DOJ?
I don't want to project what I would expect from the DOJ, but I can tell you they've released 2 findings reports recently, and if you read those reports, they read very similar. So I would expect something similar, but in the areas that they have identified as focus groups or focus areas through their investigations. So look forward to seeing what those are.
This year, the DOJ releasing findings of roughly 2-year-long investigations into police departments in Minneapolis and Louisville, recommending for both of those cities to improve use of force training, including de-escalation techniques, improve policies and training surrounding protests, among other things. Sullivan says de-escalation training is already being implemented and Phoenix's use of force policy is being updated.
We're getting to the point to develop training for that policy and then train all of our members in that policy. I think that's something that's very, very important. Make sure that officers know and understand the policies that we put out.
Still, community members say the changes aren't enough.
They were very easy changes to make. The use of force policy that directly now informs officers that they shouldn't be doing a lot of the things that they had done for years, like should have happened years ago.
How do you respond to that?
Well, I would say it's not the easy change. We're making this change, and it's taken over a year, or very close to a year by the time it gets implemented. When you do it the correct way, when you take input from community, when you take input from members, and when you engage with folks outside the department, like the Department of Justice. So, I don't want to speak to what happened prior to, but I can tell you we're going to be focused on reform and crime fighting.
All right, Colleen, what about the community's concerns?
You know, we talked about this for a while with the chief, and he says a few different things. It's going to come down to a lot of accountability, hard work. It's going to take time, and really looking at making sure transparency and accountability are there, but it's also going to be about building trust back with the community through daily interactions that officers are having with people on the streets.
All right, Colleen, thank you.